I struggle with being able to rest. And when I say rest, I don't mean resting in the sense of going to sleep. When I say resting, I mean allowing myself to simply exist and be. I think as Black women, we have been conditioned to always be working towards something, or always working, period, to be a mule, to carry everything on our backs, our family, our communities. And as a Black woman who is also the oldest daughter, I deal with feeling guilty for resting, feeling guilty for not working super hard, or allowing myself to take the easy way out. And I really want Black women to know, and just Black people too, that it is okay for you to just rest, to simply exist. You don't always have to be grinding and hustling and pursuing, or always have to be doing something. Welcome back to my channel. This is Starting Over at 30, the series. I'm Sierra. If you are new here, I recently quit my dream job as a news anchor, and now here I am starting fresh, starting new, on a healing journey and self-love journey, getting to know myself and figure myself out. In the last episode, we had a chance to talk about being Black in corporate America and facing burnout, microaggression, how taxing being Black in corporate America can be to your mental health, especially as a Black woman, speaking from the experience of a Black woman. I got so many comments on that video from Black women and Black people in general saying how they have experienced burnout, they have experienced the microaggressions, the grind, the hustle, always having to fight for your respect in the workplace. And it encouraged me to make this video because it's something that I'm still working through. And it's being able to simply exist and being okay with simply existing and resting. It made me think about my lineage, right? And just the lineage of Black people in general, but specifically Black women. It's so interesting when white women discuss feminism, they always talk about how they had to, their ancestors fought for the right for women to work, fighting for women to be able to have a job, right? And that experience is so different for Black women because we have always worked. And I thought about my lineage. My great-grandmother, who was from Mississippi, I believe, but lived in Alabama, she worked her entire life, basically, and she worked as a nanny. My grandmother worked in the plants, you know, the Great Migration, when a lot of people came from the South to the North to work at the big three like Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler. My mother has always worked. My aunts have always worked. And not just worked, but worked very hard to provide for their families, to provide for their children, and to have decent life. The women around me have always worked, and a lot of the women around me have never been given the opportunity to rest. And I am so grateful to be able to break that generational curse of being a woman who has to mule. And I want women to wake up, especially Black women. I want you to wake up and see and know that you deserve to rest. You deserve to exist. Some of the hardest working people that I know, the most dedicated people that I know, are Black women. And we carry so much on our backs. We carry the burden of our children. We carry the burden of our parents. We carry a lot of times the financial burdens of the household. We carry so much. I think that's why people expect us to carry so much, because we have no choice but to be resilient. We have no choice but to be hardworking, because as Black women, we're seen as being on the bottom of the totem pole. You have Black women, Black men, everybody else in between, white women, white men. And when you're so far down, seen by society as being so far down, it can create this feeling that you have to work hard in order to be seen, in order to be recognized, in order to be respected, in order to be valued. And I want you to know that you are valued, you are seen, and you are worthy without you having to do anything. You owe nobody nothing. Take care of yourself. Prioritize your own health, emotional health, mental health, your own spiritual health. It's so hard to pour into other people when your cup is empty, right? And a lot of times as Black women, we are constantly pouring and we are so empty and depleted. And a lot of times we don't really have, someone uplifting us and pouring into us. And sometimes it's because we don't always tell people that we need help. I know that I'm guilty of this. My mom is guilty of this. I think my grandma is like this too. We tend to suffer in silence, right? Because we just feel like, well, I got it. I can handle it. I don't need anybody to bail me out or to help me, because we've really never had anybody to help us or to guide us or to uplift us, right? I encourage you, if you are a Black woman watching this, if you're having tea with me, cheers. We're having peppermint tea, and I put some ashwagandha in it too. It's time for us to break the cycle of thinking that we have to be the ones to always fix everybody's problems, be the ones that always have to be the problem solvers, the critical thinkers, the leaders of every situation, and take a step back and rest and pour into ourselves and figure out what we like. Not what society tells us that we should like, or not what society tells us we should want or desire. What do we really like and desire? What makes you feel well rested outside of going to sleep, right? What are ways that you can pour into yourself and feed yourself and feed your spirit and feed your energy and feed your mind? What are some ways that you can find solitude? Having to balance the job and working and children and this and that. It almost leaves no time for you to rest and for you to simply just exist and have solitude and just be. It's important to prioritize yourself, to prioritize your emotions, and to set strong boundaries with yourself and with other people too, which is very hard for us. It's really hard for Black women to sit back and not step in and not take action and not stand up for everybody and not fight for everybody and not have everything on our backs. It's hard for us because we have been indoctrinated, and it's in our blood. It's in our DNA. But you have to be the one to break that generational curse. But you can do it in small steps, right? Figure out what those small steps mean to you. It can mean just taking an hour out of your day to just meditate, to sit outside, to be in silence. It can mean whatever it is that fulfills you. It can mean, maybe once a month you take yourself out on a date, right? Without your man, without the kids, without your friends, just you. Maybe that's going to a matinee. Maybe that's going to a restaurant that you always wanted to try. Maybe it's taking a day trip to the beach. Whatever it is, you have to figure out ways to pour into yourself. You have to pull yourself up and lift yourself up. And I say all that to say that I'm pretty sure that a lot of us as Black women can relate to seeing our mothers work very hard, seeing our grandmothers work very hard, seeing our great-grandmothers work very hard, or hearing stories about our elders and the type of work that they had to do in order to survive, in order to provide for their families. Black women have really never been gifted the opportunity to rest. We have really never been gifted that opportunity to just focus on us, right? We have been conditioned to work ourselves to the bone, to exhaustion, to where we're completely overstimulated, to where we have developing depression, anxieties, ADHD, You have to be the one to break that generational curse, no matter what age you are watching this video, and to be the one to say, you know what? I'm actually going to go against the grain and allow myself to simply exist and not place my value, my worth in all of these titles, right, or worldly possessions, right, in the physical world, I think we don't understand, honestly, the value of resting. There's so much pressure, maybe from family, from friends, and society in general, to hurry up and figure it out. Be working towards something, working on something, going back to school, getting another degree. Y'all know we love going back to school, child. One thing a black woman gonna do is go to school. We're gonna get a degree. We're going to go to school. We're going to get some type of certification, something. We're going to get some type of license, some type of real estate, some type of nursing, some type of something. Be some type of manager. We're going to do something. And I want you to know it's okay for you to do nothing. It's okay for you to take time to yourself. And it's okay to know that you are still worthy without having to work yourself down to the bone and burn yourself out. So my takeaway with this and my intent with this message is for you to know that it is okay for you to simply exist. You are still worthy and valuable to this world just by being exactly who you are in this moment. Even if you strip away all the accolades, if you strip away all the titles, if you strip away the career, you take it all away, know that you are still worthy. You are still important, and you still bring value to our society, to our world, just by existing and just by being you. It is okay to rest. Take that cape off, girl. You don't have to try to save everybody. Focus on saving yourself, uplifting yourself, and being the one to break those generational curses. We do have an affirmation, and this one, of course, is like always, is right on time. Today's affirmation: I can rest and still be worthy. I can rest and still be worthy. And don't forget, we do have the Becoming Circle. We already sent out our first round of emails. So thank you to everybody who signed up for it. It's a free bi-weekly email that I send out. It has affirmations, free journal prompts, and just reflection to help you release, reset, and receive. If you haven't signed up yet, you can find a link to do so in the description box, and some other resources and freebies are down in the description box as well. If this resonated with you, like, comment, subscribe. I had a great response to last week's video, and I am so overjoyed and so blessed and so grateful and appreciative to everyone who took the time to share their experiences with working in corporate America. And we really built like a great discussion post and I think a nice community. And hello again to all my new subbies. I love you guys so much. And as always, remember to protect your mind, protect your energy, and protect your peace. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.